I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do for an intro though.
Maybe our greatest highlights.
Oh, from a vast catalogue of episodes? Yeah, let's do it. Hit the highlight reel.
Roll the sting.
And then I said, that's not a camel. That's my wife.
How do you jerk off an orca?
Tilicum or till you come?
Yo, Jamie, can we bring that up?
What a great highlight that was.
That was a really good time.
I'm the trash man.
If you aren't physically ill after your first sketch, then maybe birdhouse making isn't for you. Welcome to the Little Wins podcast.
Oh! All right, that's it.
Wow, what an intro.
That was such a good intro. Oh my God. Wow, that was brand new.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe how good it sounded.
I hope you captured all the best moments over these, last couple of years. It's been an absolute journey.
I know, right?
What a ride.
We've totally not recorded it and just, we totally haven't waited to record the intro tomorrow. We wouldn't do that. And the intro totally isn't just a bunch of bits that haven't happened because
that would be so foolish, and we're not fools here, George.
We aren't fools.
Actually, we're fools for making us watch The Hype House.
Yeah,
we're going through this pain and misery.
This is another episode that made me... last episode at least gave me some inspiration, but then it was almost as if the Netflix god said, hey, I'm going to remind you why we fuck your shit up, And
they did exactly that, so well done.
They did exactly that. We started off with the cliffhanger that the last episode put us on, which was Larry and Nikita's race talk about her blackfishing. And that was, we were ready for that extensive and serious conversation.
Look, we bought our tickets. We found good spots sitting down. We had perfect views of the pools, and the orcas were ready to perform. Yet,
are we continuing the are we being that consistent?
And George, I was waiting for the orcas to come out. And Tilicum never came.
Tilicum didn't come home.
Never came. It was so disappointing.
It was so disappointing. I was disappointed also because Tilicum didn't come.
Yeah.
But also...
but that was a metaphor for what actually happened in the conversation.
Which was, if this conversation... For example, if this conversation was a... let's say an instructor at SeaWorld. Let's use that as an example.
Yeah.
Then this conversation was dragged to the bottom of a pool for multiple minutes by an orca. Because nothing rose to the surface.
George, that is brilliant. Well, that was fucking good. That was really good.
I want to jump off a cliff.
That is probably the best example. Honestly, I don't know what to add to what happened besides that.
I think we should
metaphor.
just skim over it, to be honest, because honestly, it's just, again, the show having this interesting topic or this potentially difficult topic and just skimming right over it. So Larry's just to refresh, Larry's confronting Nikita for saying, hey, a lot of people who look up to me are saying that they're questioning why I'm associating with you, who's been accused of blackfishing, and I'm telling you have to stop it or I can't associate with you. In which Nikita responds with, yeah, but it's just really hard, because I've gone through my troubles and, I guess I'll stop. But she doesn't say what she'll do to stop.
And she's like, oh, it's just sometimes it's the lighting that makes me look like that.
Sometimes just my natural skin tone, and it's like, I think the problem is that it's not.
Yeah, I think it's what you're doing around that.
I think it might be the problem.
I don't think he's physically saying what you're doing.
I'm just saying. It's just, I don't know. It was kind of a shitty apology. Look, she was saying how hard it is to be a trans influencer, and I'm like, I don't deny that. I'm sure it is hard, but that ain't the issue we're talking about. That ain't what we're discussing here. But the last thing I'll say in the Nikita Larry convo is that she didn't say anything of what she's going to do to change. Larry's just like, yep, cool. If you do anything racist, I'll beat you up. And she's like, aha, and that's it. And that was that. It wasn't a very interesting conversation, unfortunately. But I thought next we should I'm just kind of going in order of the show because, with something shifted around just because I was going to mainly talk about how that we found out, we've been talking a lot about how roughly trying to figure out how much the cost of living in this house is. And we've found out it's like $80,000 a month or something. But then also we found out that they only need to make one video a month to live in this mansion.
for free.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's insane. They look on this I love how they have this giant whiteboard of like, all right, here's all, they have 3 things written on it, which is Bang videos, something called
It was
Trill?
Bang, and they had 2 out of 10 completed, and then they had Thriller 1 out of 8 completed.
Oh, Triller or whatever it was.
Triller, and then 2 videos posted or whatever.
Yeah, it was 2. And
So-
and they like cut to them like throwing plants and things around, just lying on the couch. One of them's like, hey, let's make content. The other guy's like, nah, I don't want to make content with you because I asked to make content with you earlier and you said nah. And it's like, wow,
They're
guys.
so petty, and it's funny because like the parallel editing between Thomas in this confession room saying like, I'm really stressing out because like, you know, it's hard to control all these people, cut between the actual content creators, and they're like sitting in beanbags doing fuck all, like exactly what you're saying, like, I don't want to make a video with you because you didn't want to make a video with me.
Are we going to be able to pay rent? I don't know. Are we going to be able to pay rent?
And then the ideas they were coming up with was like, let's make a cool handshake.
Oh,
I've never seen that
yeah.
done before.
I haven't seen that done
People
before.
would
either.
love to watch that. Cool handshake?
Cool handshake?
You like cool handshake?
I don't mind. Should we do a cool
We should
handshake?
do a cool handshake.
All our listeners won't know what it. all 3 of our listeners won't know what it looks like.
But they'll damn know what it sounds like. And that's what matters the most.
That's what matters the most. So just here.
That's definitely a handshake you're hearing.
Yeah, definitely. It's just not me rigorously. It's a handshake.
Clapping
promise.
his cheeks. No.
Step bro. Tilicum. Stop.
Tilicum. Oh my gosh. Stop dragging my foot.
Stop dragging my car. Oh my god.
I had the next.
Alex and his brother.
Okay,
Combo?
we'll go, you
We
do
can
that
go
next,
there.
and then
We can-
I'll come back to another one.
What
But
was your-
Alex and your brother.
Oh, okay, Alex.
Because this is a pretty serious.
So Alex and my brother.
No, Alex, your brother.
What's he doing with my
specifically.
brother?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Is your brother good at golf?
No.
Because Alex's brother hell wasn't.
Yeah,
He
my
was-
brother's also not good at golf, but it's because we're both unco as shit. But
True.
fun little side story. It'll take 30 seconds. So my brother is pretty much not blind, but one of his eyes is just he has to wear glasses all the time or
Mm.
contacts, right? And you know, whenever he'd play football, you know, like sometimes it would be hard for him because just naturally one eye is just not keeping up, right? And
slacking off.
you know, yeah, his eye, not him. But you know, and then when I started playing football and I was just uncoordinated as shit, some parent asked my dad if I had the same thing, and I have like 20/20 vision.
No, he's just terrible at football.
He's like, no, he's just bad.
Oh,
which-
don't cut yourself some slack.
Oh, you know,
Like your brother's eye. Okay.
shade.
no,
yeah.
but in all seriousness, this is quite a alarming.
This was actually
Scene.
more serious.
Mm.
It's like that we found out that Alex's dad died from cancer when he was about 9, which is pretty rough.
Very brutal, and then went on to say how his mum didn't take it well and started,
Drinking.
drinking. And
So he
I
actually
don't think it was a very pleasant household to be in for the two.
no.
So, and basically, like from that, he said his mum was like, pay rent or move out. So I think he moved out like at a very young age.
Yeah, I
and-
think it was mentioned even in the first episode that that's kind of like him and Caviar lived in like a car for a bit when they were maybe about 17 or something.
yeah.
And like as much as we've bagged this motherfucker, especially on his relationship with Caviar, that's incredibly awful to
Mm.
experience no matter what. That is some awful shit. And you know what? I kind of like, you kind of see why he wants to be a kid, because even now he has to grow up because he reveals that he pays his brother's rent, his car, his sister's tuition fees for college. So what the point I wanted to bring up was that it's what more about the system that TikTok has kind of made, I guess, in terms of that, or even went back in the YouTube days, where these young creators are all of a sudden thrust into fame and money and branding, and they become financially responsible for multiple members of their friends or family. And but it can all tumble at any second. If you do something wrong or stop posting too much, you become irrelevant. And I think that's such a shitty way to live.
I agree.
Oh, fuck off.
Nah, when you brought that to light, I was actually like, holy shit, I didn't think about it like that. Like, yeah, it's such a platform where people can go from 0 to 100 real quick, and like be, buying fucking Teslas and Lamborghinis and shit. And then, yeah, one wrong move where they don't post well or they do a controversial thing and they'll just lose their whole followers, all their revenue and stuff like that. And it's a bit hard for Alex when, you know, he's got people counting on him as well, like his sister and his brother.
And his brother, yeah.
So, I mean, he's got to do some adulting and like probably save his money, because in this episode he's also like, I want to buy a Tesla. I have the money to do it. I'm going to buy a Tesla. I'm bored. I want to buy it. And then Kova's like, hey, maybe we should like wait till we do our tax, because like we also need to like see how much money we have. He's like, he's just being dumb, irresponsible shit like that.
That's very true. Yeah, it was like Caviar is very much, we'll call her, she's graduated. Kova, is very much the responsible one, you know, of like, hey, Alex, don't do this dumb shit, you know, maybe like, but on the other hand, it's like, who can blame him? He's 20 with a bunch of money who doesn't want a Tesla.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't say that in his exact position. I also wouldn't want to buy a Tesla, you know, like it's just that he's in this episode, at least for him, gave a lot more context on why exactly the way does it excuse the ways that he's treated Kova? No. But it does kind of show that, oh, he's so obsessed with this system because him and other people in his family who he does clearly care about rely on it. And he's kind of a bit of a slave to this system, you know, that have all of a sudden given him so much, and he's been able to give his family all this stuff, but it can be taken away just as quick. And
Which
that's
was
fucked
kind
up.
of foreshadowed, George. But we'll save that.
But
100%, like, he is in that content how he's got to keep escalating it. And I don't think it excuses him how he treats Kova, but I think also it does, because he keeps saying, I don't want to marry Kova because I'm still immature and I want to be a kid. And now I can understand that. Like, he is 20 with a lot of money, and and we come to learn that he didn't have a childhood. So, I mean, we'll give him benefit of the doubt, and maybe he doesn't have to marry Kova, but maybe he just doesn't have to bring content and a relationship together. And that's all we're asking, Alex.
And exactly. Listen. And clearly it's starting to become as we've mentioned before, it's not a sustainable system, because still leading on about Alex is that he reveals that he gets in a bit of controversy because he planned a prank.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked about this last week, where his content is just constantly needing to be, you know, constantly needs to do the next big thing.
It's got to be bigger than Ben-Hur, bro.
Yeah, it's got to be, and that it's such a flimsy content sort of system. And he said that even the fake wedding didn't perform as well. He's still losing followers and viewers. And while at first it's easy to shrug it off and go like, so what, man? You'll make X less of tens of thousands of dollars. At least now we're like, oh yeah, but he's also paying for his brother, sister. Like, you know, this is a really fucked situation to put a 20-year-old in.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility.
He's a bit of a bank, you know? And like, he is
the bank of Alex.
He's the bank of Alex, and I wouldn't want to have my money on him. So
no, because not because of necessarily him, but also just partly because of him. But also because he's me as a 21-year-old boy. I understand how fucking stupid we are.
I have a year on him, and I understand that he doesn't use his expenses well. I don't even know if he has any savings, if he's put anything into real estate. I feel like that'd be a good business venture.
Actually, Alex got really business savvy, and he actually invested in crypto and NFTs. He actually owns a few apes. So in a few years, the apes actually promised to have like this awesome super fun land in the metaverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what any crypto person sounds like, by the way.
Dude, oh my God. I listened to like another hour-long podcast today on and I'm not getting into NFTs.
Yeah, nah.
This is not becoming me bagging on NFTs, this podcast, but I could do that.
But also, let us know that we are not fond of NFTs here, all right?
Non-fungible tokens, more like no fun, you don't have sex tokens.
Fucking nerds.
NFT that.
But wait, what were we talking about? The prank gone wrong.
Yes, the prank gone wrong. Sorry,
from Alex. So Alex had to up his content, so he's like, twin sisters or whatever, one's dating a guy, one isn't dating a guy. So he was going to get one of the twins, not dating a guy, to kiss Vinny, but the guy walks in and will think, oh my gosh, that's my girlfriend.
My girlfriend is, but it's actually her twin sister.
So it was actually like literally like 20 seconds of footage of like, hey, come upstairs. Comes upstairs, Vinny pecks this girl, and then goes, he doesn't even he goes like, oh, my girlfriend's over there. Like, no big reveal or anything.
Bit of anticlimactic.
But then it's, of course, the viewers. And as an audience,
it was intense. I didn't realize how insane some of Vinny's followers are.
I know.
It showed like, because Vinny. So the big controversy is more not because of the prank, and because it's pretty well like to be honest, like it's not a good prank, but it's not exactly a harmful one either.
And like it's explained in the video. People know what's going on, but the reason why people got mad is because they want to kiss Vinny.
Well, because Vinny kissed another girl, and that ruins the illusion that Vinny could be theirs.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
That was the big drama.
Which is fucked.
Yeah,
okay?
how fucked did they like sending death threats to this poor girl?
Yeah.
Who's just like, oh yeah, I'll be in this like video, it'll be kind of funny, haha. She's done nothing wrong. Nothing
and they're
wrong.
tweeting like, where's her at so I can go choke her?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, there's one thing, like, I understand, like, you'll see someone, you follow celebrities on social media, you follow like, like I follow Lily Collins, all right? I'm going to be real on here, okay? I follow Lily Collins because she's an attractive girl, all right?
That's okay.
She's my, what's a celebrity crush, all right?
And that's okay.
But
nothing wrong with that.
I'll appreciate her posts or whatever. I'm like, good for her. She just got married. But I'm not commenting on that going, no, Lily, you were meant to marry me.
You're just thinking that.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy, where does he live? Where's his at, bro? I'm coming to him and I'm going to kill him because you have to be with me.
It's just so strange. And Vinny's...
It's psychotic, George.
It is. And Vinny's like, I don't... and good on Vinny's like, I don't consider them fans. I think it's completely like, I'm like, damn, dude, that's intense to have that, like, that kind of following where I'm sure it's not majority of his following.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a very vocal minority of his following.
Yeah.
But oh my God, that must have been, and Alex is feeling pretty bad about it, and he, feels like he's kind of responsible. And in some ways he kind of is. But also you can't...
He didn't see this coming.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, sure, he chose to do the video and planned it, but he didn't see this coming. He didn't know death threats can be sent to this poor girl.
Yeah.
So, he shouldn't be, kicking the shit out of himself.
And Vinny brought up a good point to be like, I'm also worried to find a relationship because as soon as I find any girl, even if it's Mrs. Perfect, who's no flaws, whatever, there will still be that audience out there going, that's not me. I'll send death threats to this girl. So if like Vinny's like actually concerned for, his other, if he finds a partner, their safety and stuff like that. And he's also just like paranoid about like he brought that on. I was like, damn, Vinny, I respect that. And that's crazy.
Yeah, how sad is that though? You're 18 and you're worried about, if I date someone, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people I don't know or have ever met are going to go through this woman's online history and
try and
find
dig
any
up dirt.
little thing that how...
And also, you made a good point where he said, even if they are nice, he'll lose followers too because it's like, Vinny's taken. Well, there's no point in following him now. Like, what's the point of watching him? So he's going to lose like his income and stuff like that.
It's the exact same thing as to why like female Twitch streamers don't reveal if they're in a relationship or married. It's the exact same reason. I forgot which Twitch streamer it was, but like it was leaked that she was married or something, and people were like, "How could you? I donate hundreds of dollars to you a week, and you won't even give me a crumb." A crumb.
A crumb of that puss. You wouldn't give me a crumb. Gonna get a crumb of that.
It's like, what do you think? And I'm glad that we can all unify in this collective agreement that just because you're very fond of someone on the internet, they're probably not gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can all bond over that and
100%.
admit that.
Sorry, Lily Collins. It's just not meant to be.
It's just not meant to be.
I'm actually taking Lily, so fucking deal with that.
And you know what, man? You're taken by someone better than Lily Collins.
100%.
And I'm taken better than I'm trying to think of who my celebrity, Amelia Clark.
Yeah,
and I'm taken by someone who's even better than Chameleon Clark, who's Amelia Clark but a chameleon.
Yeah. This is gonna be a weird sidetrack, and just bleep this out if it's bad.
Okay.
But no, this is gonna be bad.
George, bleep this out.
No, this is bad. Don't worry about it.
Here we go. Do it. No, do it. Do it.
For those who want a celebrity crush, this is mainly for Dan Hunter.
Okay.
In James Bond, the girl that's in James Bond.
The really hot one?
Yeah, the really, really hot one.
Yep. In the dress?
Yeah, there's a nude. If you watch The French Dispatch, she's nude in that for like majority of her scene.
That's not her.
It is, isn't it?
Different actress. No, that's not her.
I thought it is. You said it was.
No, Leah Sado. No. She's
you know her name, bro? Wow.
Yeah, she's a great actress. She's amazing. She's even in Death Stranding.
Yeah, she was a great actress in French Dispatch. I don't know what
was the character's name? What was her name?
Oh, something French.
The French Dispatch. What were their characters' names? I don't know. Owen Wilson and some other French guy.
Yeah, it was Lightning McQueen, man.
Wow. He's riding the bike. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. The French Dispatch, bro. Fucking.
Oh, that's a fucking don't
no.
bother with
Okay,
that.
we won't. That's a whole other sidetrack.
Yeah, fuck that. All right. Before we go on, prank gone wrong, I want to cut back to Nikita. All
Okay.
right, joining
Nikita,
TikTok.
I barely know.
Nikita, there we go.
Joining TikTok?
Joining the Hype House thingy. Did she join the Hype House or something?
No, so, and this is what I find interesting is that Nikita and Larry aren't technically a part of the Hype House, but
Take up
me,
80% of the fucking footage on the show.
Are they just all the footage?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Larry's had a bit of a character arc, and even in this, I feel like Vinny's had a bit of a character arc.
Yeah.
You know, where Vinny's coming a bit more mature, and he's like, yeah, I should kind of be a bit more careful about what I post, and, you know, because I just, you know, this fame, I might not want it, but there are some unfortunate downsides to it. Like, damn, Vinny, respect.
Speaking of downsides,
where
the fuck is Chase? That is like
Oh,
the
yeah.
only reason why I watched this show. He hasn't been in it for 2
episodes. Where the fuck's Chase? Where's little Huddy?
Yeah, surely it's not because of his voice. Like, they would have to be getting...
Oh, yeah, sure. This has been over,
this
it's been over 5 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
they're probably this is like a one episode's probably 1 week of footage.
Maybe he's like on Charlie D'Amelio's Instagram and TikTok, just hitting refresh and like trying to get some new inspo for some songs.
Maybe.
You know, she does like dude, bro, she did like the woe with another dude.
Oh no. And then people on social media being like, "Oh my gosh, you took Charlie away from me."
Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend.
Don't copy Shardcast.
Don't.
I don't think we will. Don't worry.
Who?
But yeah, Chase hasn't been here for fucking 2 episodes, and
I
he's
miss
like
him.
the main fucking.
He's
star.
the protagonist, and I miss him.
Yeah,
I miss him, man.
If he's not going to show up, well, fuck him. All right, moving on. Back to Nikita.
I don't think you can fuck him.
Yeah, that's probably why they gave Nikita and stuff more screen time. They actually probably found out like, oh, Nikita's actually an interesting character.
Well, she's a character. You see half the shit she wears. She makes it. You can't when she walks in. Makes a statement.
Known. Yeah.
It's huge.
She makes up for all the fucking 10 other personalities in the Hype House. They're the same as a fucking fence paling.
You're not wrong. She's got personality.
Yeah. She's feisty. She's kind of understanding and she loves Tilicum.
And she loves Tilicum, but also, and don't get me wrong, she still does dumb shit. But at least she can at least get some interesting content or drama out of her because she does shit. Like, you know, it's just, you have all these boring white dudes who are just throwing plants around in this mansion.
Yeah.
And then you have Nikita being, at least trying to do shit. She's wearing some outrageous thing. Sure, it might not be my taste, but I can respect the drip, Karen.
And then she wanted to pass it on to the other boys and got Vinny and Patty, who I kind of like.
Wait, is it
Patty?
Oh, it is
Yeah,
Patty.
to do a, like that thing. They did some drag makeup and then they did like a catwalk thing.
Which, on paper, I'm down for. You know, where it's like, I do agree with it. Vinny seems like a kind of guy very comfortable in his masculinity.
Nice.
You know, he's got the nail polish, he's got some jewelry on. Epic. You know, that's awesome, dude. And Nikita's like, oh, it'd be kind of fun, you know, can we like, you know, glam you up? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. But I think to me, what was the most interesting is that I don't know, and kind of like I guess on paper what could be wrong with TikTok as well as like, oh, this could have been really great for like say a lot of maybe some people are struggling with their identity or, you know, maybe who want to see these more masculine kids our age embrace some more feminine things. And I think that's an epic message. I think that's great. I paint my nails and I think it's fine. I don't make a big deal out of it. It's all G. You know, I think if you're a man, you want to have some feminine, feminine expressions. Awesome. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. I think that they just kind of like the TikTok at the end, the end product is just so nothing.
Yeah.
It's a 30-second video that's forgotten. Like they don't start a conversation. They don't try and maybe raise some more awareness. They just kind of be like, glam them up and all right, out the door. You know, it's
quoting the thing. Nikita goes, they're all done up and they're about to film a TikTok. And she goes, guys, just remember, this is all about having a vagina. All right, embrace that. Then literally next scene, Vinny goes, suck my balls.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Just like Vinny.
All right, what was it called? It's called
Vinny,
a pussy.
Vinny.
Was it pussy strut?
Pussy
I forgot
stunting
what it was.
or something like that.
Oh,
stunting.
Pussy stunt.
And
Pussy
it's
stunting.
about, and it was funny. It's like pussy stunting, and then Vinny's like, "Oh, is that like when you walk around and you like look at everyone?" She's like, no, it's when you walk around and don't look at anyone.
And he's like,
So-
oh, okay,
yeah, sorry,
okay,
my bad.
okay. And you know, I get it's like you know how people say big dick energy. I know it's like having a pussy energy. You know? So
Yeah.
I get that. I just thought it was hilarious that she's like, remember, like trying to get all the pussy imagery, and then he just goes, suck my balls. It's like, no,
Yeah.
Vinny, wrong way, buddy,
Yeah.
wrong way.
And I don't, like you said, like it was nothing, because also in the video, like he kept like, every time they filmed one with Vinny goes like, oh, fuck you, and stuff like that. Like he was very like, still very aggressive and like mad. I don't think he was really like.
I don't think he's really that into it. you know?
He was not. He didn't want to do it from the start. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to cause controversy. I'm like, just admit you don't want to do
and
it.
Nikita did have a good point where she's like, look, for me, someone, because Nikita obviously being trans, Nikita was like, hey, look, as me as a trans person on the outside, I see it as you supporting, you know, that of not being afraid to like be a bit more feminine and, you know, have all that. And that kind of persuaded him. And I'm like, respect.
Mm.
But
Then he went
not a
back to
bad
his like
point.
masculine urges though, to be like, he's kind of like doing it and then going like, oh yeah, fuck you. Oh, suck my balls.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, it didn't sound like it was like, you know, it didn't seem like his way of expressing it. Like he does have some more feminine qualities and tendencies which he isn't afraid of, whether it's the jewelry he wears, or you know, the way he presents himself, or like his nails and whatever. And he's very comfortable in expressing himself that way. He has got more feminine qualities. Maybe this just wasn't his way of showing it. The other guy seemed way more comfortable.
Paddy was fucking epic.
He
He's
went
like
full
glam me
glam.
up.
He
Let's
like
go.
rocked the heels. He got like the hair. He got that. Dude, he that clearly he was pretty comfortable with expressing himself that way.
Mm.
And you know what? That's great. I hope that he felt fucking awesome like that. I hope he rocked it. He did great. It just seemed.
But that was the thing. Paddy didn't care. That was the thing. He was like saying like, I don't care, whatever. But like from the start, Vinny was in two minds. And then he was
Yeah.
always like, but then the whole time you could just see he was
a bit
really-
uncomfortable.
He was so uncomfortable.
He says like, "Oh, I felt like powerful as shit. Suck my balls."
like,
It's
but it was basically it sounded like he read that from a fucking script.
yeah, and I think he missed the point.
Yeah.
Like the point was like, you know, yes, to have that confidence in yourself and to be secure in your masculinity, sure, but I don't think it was to like, you know, make people suck your balls, Vinny. I don't think that was the point. I think you missed it.
Mm.
But you know what?
And speaking of sucking balls, George,
Oh yeah.
imagine sucking balls at skating. Because Alex sure did.
I was wondering what that transition.
Alex sure did.
Alex did suck balls at skating. Alex had such a
Yeah.
bad week.
So Kova was writing her timetable out of when she has to post on Facebook and TikTok, which I was like, that's kind of savage. They should do that for the whole Hype House. And then next minute she gets the call, hey, Alex tried to do a fucking pop shove it.
And because he sucks at skating.
we think he's broke his ankle. So everyone rushes down. Kova is actually a nurse, actually maybe a doctor.
I think she might be a surgeon,
Yeah.
actually.
She did something. She was like, I'm going to run my finger over it. And she's like, well, it's not broken. I'm like, God damn.
I'm like, is she Stephen Strange?
Yeah.
Jesus.
We just need her. Oh, fuck x-rays. We'll just get Kova to run her finger over your wound. She'll tell us
She
everything.
does some Reiki.
Yeah, literally. And like, they were like, oh, okay, sick. And she came to the conclusion that, oh, it's not broken because it would normally turn black or yellow. Hey, Kova, mate, that normally happens like within a couple of hours, not a couple of minutes of the injury. And she said it was sprained or torn.
Mm.
Cut to Alex in the van. So I broke my foot. Yeah, sorry, Kova, you missed that one.
Actually, I think she might be right. He was lying in the bed and he was all right. Or
No,
did he
but
break his? Oh, he
well,
did say he broke
Because
his
he
foot.
broke
didn't
his
he?
foot. So I'm guessing
so
that
he
would have
did
been
break it.
recorded after.
Oh, I get you. So
Yeah.
what we're saying is that Kova is not a medical professional, and
Yeah.
she should stop being a medical
I
professional.
think she should stop running her fingers over wounds. I think she's done.
Dude, send her to the front lines when Russia invades Ukraine. Send her to the front lines.
Oh my gosh, this man's so sore. I'll use my finger.
No, just-
Kova, he has no head. Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
But
Yeah.
I think by the way, he would have been juiced up on painkillers or some sort of drugs they have in the Hype House when he was laying in bed. Like, that's
just
why he was
does-
so calm.
Wait, are you saying he did a couple lines or something?
Not lines. He would have been bouncing off the roof. He probably did like cat or something.
Is Cat an American drug?
Alex was fucking in the K-hole, bro. Did you not see that? He was fucking wigging out.
I can't see like Cat is an American thing. Is it in America or is it?
What does Dexter use to kill his fucking victims?
Oh yeah, ketamine, or to subdue his victims. Actually,
Yeah.
God, if you'd don't get me started. Don't you remind me of the Dexter another finale?
Sorry.
Fuck me.
Sorry. But yeah,
The only thing worse than Alex stacking. Imagine this, right? Imagine Alex breaks his ankle and everyone's like, damn, Alex, that is the worst time you've ever broken your ankle. We never want you to try and skate again.
Yeah.
And then let's say 10 years later, Alex goes, hey, everyone, I'm going to build a new skate ramp that looks even cooler, right? But this time I'm not going to break my ankle at the end. And you're like, okay, Alex, that sounds pretty good. And then Alex does like some tricks. He like does some Tony Hawk level shit. Like, wow, it looks like Alex isn't going to break his ankle this time. Looks like he's about to skate. And then right at the end, he just jumps off the top with no skateboard and breaks both of his ankles. And you're like, wow, I really hoped that he wouldn't break his ankle this time, but actually he broke both his ankles and made it worse. And yes, that is an analogy that I used for describing my feelings on the Dexter New Blood finale.
I was like, where the fuck is he go? I have no idea what you're talking about, but then it just kicked me. It hit me that was a Dexter metaphor.
That was my metaphor for the Dexter finale.
Fuck me, we're on point with the metaphors today. That was actually a
last
really
week
good.
It was transitions. Today it's metaphors.
That was by the way, if you haven't watched Dexter, don't worry. But let me just say, George hit that nail on the head for Dexter's new season.
Dude, Clyde Phillips hit me up. I want to fight you.
Yeah, but I digress.
I could write your shit better blind.
We digress.
We digress.
We digress.
We digress.
But what was I trying to say? Like, oh yeah. So then Alex is worried because obviously, full circle, like we said, if Alex can't put out videos, not only does he not make money, but his brother and
he's
sister
already
will
losing he's already losing viewers.
So he was getting a bit rowdy and stuff, which happens when you're in the K-hole. And she's like, don't worry, we'll figure out how to make content. He's like, how can I make content with a broken leg? And then she's like, just calm down, we'll figure it out, honey. And then it ended the episode.
That ended on that cliffhanger.
But yeah, so it is a fair point. Like Alex kind of might have to take, 2-3
days off.
Weeks. I'm thinking.
Weeks. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, well, you think about it, once you get into moon boots, it's going to be pretty sore. And he's doing pretty drastic stuff.
That's
maybe.
true.
So yeah, he's going to go a while without content.
And you know what? I guess we'll have to wait to see in the next episode. Which I think leads us on to our little wins, because that's pretty much the episode.
Yes, it is.
That's pretty much it. I have to admit, this episode wasn't as spicy as the last.
Yeah.
But it was still, I'd say it's still up there in the episodes. Like, it didn't feel as pointless as episode 3 that made both of us have an existential crisis. I feel like this one at least had some more. It still some interesting shit.
Yeah, deep topics with all the like blackfishing
and Nikita being a trans influencer. It kind of skimmed over that. Didn't go into too many details about the troubles of that. Kind of cool. On paper it was cool what she was trying to do with Vinny and Patty. Didn't execute it well, but that's more because of the system, because it doesn't really express having an open conversation. As one of them said, and one of them described it perfectly, I think it might have been Nikita, was saying that TikTok is just high school. And I completely agree.
Yeah. No, social media is just high school drama.
Social media, sorry. Yeah.
And I'm like, 100%. Like, they'll nitpick one thing, start rumors, fucking get everyone against you just for like the fuck of it,
And with that,
just what the fuck of it, George. What the fuck got you keen for the little wins?
I thought you were going to say, what got you turned on for the little wins?
Yeah, what did? What gave you a little win stiffy?
I actually, went to SeaWorld. I went and saw this cool killer whale called Tilicum.
Nice.
No, my little win was actually little V-Day for me, Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I got my girlfriend did this fucking awesome drawing for me, which it's on my wall now.
Oh yeah.
But I like where my desk is.
Okay.
Where I do like all my creativity stuff, like looking at high res images of Tilicum, and it was just really nice. I don't know. We had this great night, and it was raining unfortunately, so I couldn't do some plans that we had, but we just had a night in and watched Endgame, and just had a laugh together, and it was a good night, good time. Would recommend.
That is a good little win.
That was a good little win.
I
consider it more of a big win, to be honest, but I think it
doesn't fit the theme.
It doesn't fit the brand,
the code.
That word, the code,
Harry.
Speaking of the code, actually.
No.
How many minutes do we have left? How many more can I go on a Dexter rant? Nope, not doing it.
We could actually spend a whole episode on Dexter.
Can we?
Might do in future.
I think we should do a whole episode on Dexter, because I feel like we could rant for a long time, but I feel like we should take a shot every time we have a complaint.
We might not make it to the end of the episode, honestly.
No. Oh, what was your little win?
Well, Valentine's Day was awesome for me, but I won't use that. But thank you very much, Jasmine, for making a very special Valentine's Day. It's been a while.
Shout out Jasmine.
Yeah, simping. But yeah, I think I hopefully did well, but I know for sure that I cleaned up because she did like a Valentine's graduation and 6 months all in the one.
Damn.
So, but I doing it individually. So
because you're just better.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway,
it's a competition.
Stir away from that, and my little win. I had a couple today. But a good one was I was out doing my job, like working or whatever, and in between work I read books at Big W.
That's funny. I didn't know Centrelink was work. I thought that was the point.
And I was reading books, and then I read the Year 9 Naplan. Did you have Naplan?
Yeah, it was shit.
Yeah,
Naplan is an awful. Oh, that's a whole nother rant for another day. Naplan bad.
So I was reading the Naplan. I was going through the first few pages. I'm like, fuck me, this is easy as shit. Like, you know, I'm like, how the fuck do I even struggle with this shit? Like, this is.
Well, probably because you were at the time still having a very developing brain.
Well, just wait, because it was like there's like little Johnny has 9 apples, and then fucking Trady has 2. Like, how much do they all have on top? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how's this questions, whatever? But then like I started flicking through the book a little more.
Yep.
And it must have started off like easy, and it worked up to the Year 9 level.
I think that is exactly how it works.
Because I started to get to the Year 9 level, and I was like, holy fuck. Like, I didn't know what the fuck to do. And I was like, holy shit, I am dumbfounded.
Spell Tilicum.
Well, I was looking at the math one because I'm actually average at math. Like, I'm pretty good at math and shit
I'm not
English.
great. I'm not good with math.
But then, like, this was a little win, though, because I was stressing out. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what 12... One of the questions was, what's 12 times 1/2?
Wait, 1.5?
12 times 1/2. This one got me.
Whoa, wait, can I guess?
No, 12 divided...
Wait, can I guess what it is?
I don't know the answer, George.
Wait, can I guess what it is?
Yeah, I guess.
You don't know the answer?
I think it was 6.
But don't you do like, okay, so
but then you flip the equation and you multiply it or something, don't you?
Isn't it like, okay, you do it as 12 over 1, and then you... I don't fucking know. Don't ask me.
Well, it was because there was multiple choice. It was either 6 or 24 was like mainly the answers. Either you halve the 12 or you double the 12.
I think you...
Because you remember how in fractions, if it's division, you flip it and you multiply it.
Yeah, I think you double it. Yeah, no, you do, because you do... so you double it.
But that was fucking with my head. And then I had a moment of clarity like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This doesn't fucking matter. I'm not in Year 9 Naplan. I'm in the real fucking world. And I just had I was like literally panicking as if I was studying for an exam, and then realized, oh my gosh, I don't have the exam.
You just like flip off the book. You just throw
and then
it
I'm
in
also
the bin.
thinking like, I was looking at the other questions, like, I've used none of this in the real world. It was like a lot of algebra and fucking angles and shit. And I'm like, wait, kids, don't fucking worry. It's
angles
pointless.
And shit, more like irrelevant.
Irrelevant shit.
But
yeah, that was really good. I thought I had to sit an exam today, but I didn't have to. Was my little
You know
win.
what? I'm glad that you had a delusional moment whilst in Big W. I'm so glad that was your little
in the middle
win.
of Big W, like getting all these pencils out, like scribbling.
Do you know what I find
notes
funny
down.
is that you're like had the relief of, oh, yes, I'm not Year 9 having doing exams. Instead, I'm an adult who has to make his own money, pay his own rent, and I'm in Big W reading a Year 9 Naplan test so the government can give me a payout.
When you put it like that, it's still a little win.
Well, I guess that's the end of this episode. And we now have an intro, I think.
Hopefully you enjoyed it.
I definitely did, even though we totally have recorded it.
And I can't wait to... I hope you guys enjoy this outro too.
Yeah, cue the outro.
Cue the outro. Bye-bye.
Bye. Sponsored by Manscaped. Have your balls been sweatier than usual? Yeah, that's it. That's